Isaac Newton. An idea into his head came a shooting, something brand new and never previously thought. The apple instant force of nature must be caught. This mysterious force cannot be seen by the eye, clearly extends throughout our planet's sky. Our noble hero now had victory suavity. He had a great idea of what is known as gravity.
What's the force that causes everything to fall down? It's the same old force that causes the planets to go round. It pulls the moon and its extraterrestrial place and extends throughout our universe and all of space. It attracts me to Earth's body and it to mine, and it played a huge part in research by Einstein. Without gravity, history would have taken a different course. We owe a lot of thanks to this natural force. We're sorry to say we can't limit our song to gravity, because that would simply be a scientific depravity. Now we plan on unveiling different types of physical science, so it's time for you to come join our linguistic alliance.
In order to find yet another fundamental force from the sun up in our sky is one of many a source. One can liken this force to a kind of special kinetic, because with moving fields and charges we get electromagnetic. Limited to light is not victim to exclusivity, is the same interaction concept for electricity. The power of this force compared to gravity is quite large. It's through this force the clouds are able to discharge electrons striking the earth in the form of lightning, but this basis of universal nature shouldn't be frightening. Though it could be responsible for an extreme cataclysm, we should definitely respect electromagnetism.
What's the force that lights up your digital clock? It's the very same force that delivers quite the shock. It's a dual-natured force of moving particles and fields, and with its awesome power, it's our Earth that it shields. It protects us from the solar winds all the time, and allows me to be able to deliver this rhyme. It controls all the synapses in my brain, and in electrotherapy, it can take away your pain. Discussing this force, we're only half the way. Discussing the forces in our universe today. Though I'm praising this force, it's a lot of fun to speak. I must move on to nuclear, both strong and weak.
These two forces rival the power of King Kong. Of course, I'm talking about the nuclear, weak and strong. To see the weak, you don't need to be an inspector, though you should be armed with a cosmic ray detector. We take a look at what hits each scintillator plate and see how a muon decays to a new state. Positrons and types of almost massless neutrinos. We know it's hard to understand what this really means, though. But there is force to rival this radioactive decay, and it plays a huge part in our universal array.
Quite a while the physicist, it was Nucleus. What was the force that held together the nucleus? It's responsible for the factor of binding energy, and is crucial to all of matter's lovely synergy. When it comes to life, this force is quite the difference. At the atomic level, it's quite necessary for existence. What are the forces that rule each and every nuclei? The forces that used to make kids get under a desk and hide. They're capable of intense and amazing destruction, but are also key to simply everything's construction. The marriage between these two isn't fond of divorces, but they are so close, the strong and weak nuclear forces.
So we must end the rap about the universe's rulers. Okay, they coexist and are our enemy duelers. Together they produce an almost magical harmony in all sorts of places besides our earthly colony. We try to do our best to surely educate you. If you know a bit of physics, then you know this to be true. It's not as if these forces would be detrimental, and their existence in this universe is quite coincidental. We suggest to you that there are parallel realities, but that they should not be seen as abnormalities. This little project of ours is just experimental, to rip and rhyme about these forces that are fundamental.